V. Smith in the chat said, "Hi, do you have any tips, Paul, for people interested in transitioning from another field like healthcare to banking industry, specifically risk compliance area?"
Um, s- I will say the regulatory side. I'm not part of. I'm involved in that because I get audited for what I do. You know, people are over my shoulder for that. But um, bank regulation has gotten very, very specific. Um, Again, I think depending on if you have a legal background, if you're more doc prep, things like that, data analytics, a lot of the regulatory space is now data driven. We're trying to create codes so that way, we have, X number of clients. How do we review this all and provide that data to the regulators in a timely fashion? So if you were doing that for a healthcare system and you can show those transferable skills, that immediately comes to mind is how you could show that you can take what you did in the healthcare space for maybe a large hospital network, and then that transfers over to banking. There's a lot of different ways. I do think you need to read up on some of the lingo in banking. There's definitely terminology and keywords that recruit just to get past the recruiter and get to someone who's actually in the space will certainly dive into and want to hear. Um, I would also, I'm a big advocate of the Wall Street Journal. Be up to date on what's going on in banking. Um, eh, you know, you, I would be upfront about and try and analyze some of the challenges there would be in transitioning. Um, but again, I would get a friend and advocate on the banking side and learn from them. Pick up on some of that lingo. What's your day to day look like? How do you spend your 8 hours each day? And if that overlaps with the healthcare, that will help make transitioning easier.